Welcome back to House on Carrion Hill, House of Bob's cosmic horror adventure played in Pathfinder 2nd Edition in the Galarian campaign setting.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm playing Willen Dappen, the gnome wizard.
Hi, I'm Janette. I'm playing Bimpkin, the long snout rat oracle.
Hey, I'm Shubert. I am playing Knib-Knub, the razor-tooth goblin fighter.
I'm Trevor, and I'll be playing Theobald, the orc investigator.
And I'm Shaun, your game master. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, visit us at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. Last time on House on Carrion Hill, Tom and the boys awaken after a restless night of nightmares and strange dreams. Sarah is having troubles with her business insurance. Willen deciphers part of the narcotic manuscript, but needs the help of the suspicious halfling investigator, Berkeley, to get to the real heart of the matter. A few clues point the group towards two potential members of a cult called the Keepers of the Oldest. The Keepers of the Oldest that you identified were Baskerville, a hunchbacked hermit. You believe that this was one of the dead bodies you found beneath Marchand's apartment in the Sunless Grove. Another man you found down there, a goggle-eyed man, is likely Old Man Marchand himself. You've got a lead on Hive, Keeper Hive, a historian who makes his home in an abandoned church of Eridan on Elm Way. And you've also heard of Rupman Meyer, a Middenstone manufacturer who seems to be in cahoots, or at least uses this insurance salesman, Breville Iblethor, to peddle his wares. The last name that you found in the narcotic manuscript is Keeper Crove. That name triggered something for Theobald, and he remembers a little bit of what that evil man is willing to do. Right now, you are standing in front of Berkeley and Critchfield's apartment out on the street. And we're going to start the day by making sure everybody, because you've achieved some milestones within the adventure, everybody should start today with 2 hero points.
Sweet.
I'm going to remember to use them this time.
Heck, you were going to give us a level.
Aha. Close. You're getting there. We'll see what happens after maybe next session.
If we're alive, then.
If you're alive.
Bum, bum, bum. We'll find out in 2 weeks.
Let me know what you're thinking here. You guys did agree to go to Elmway Church. That is what I have prepped at the moment. But is there any thoughts or questions you have for each other about this mystery? Anything you guys want to work your way through and just kind of rehash so that you're fresh, you know what you're thinking about?
Yeah, what were the other leads we were considering? Because I remember there was a little bit
Yeah, there's 2 places, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Rupman Meyer, what are they, like a smelter or something?
The insurance guys. That was another place to go to?
Yeah, Rubel Ellen Thor is the salesperson that works for Rupman Meyer.
Yeah, and Rupman Meyer sells Middenstone, which is like basically bricks made from the refuse that washes down the river into the filth downstream.
Was that the only other lead? I swear there was something else.
I gave you a bunch of different options last time, which was you could go talk to the mayor and recap with him. Mm-hmm. You could go back to the ossuary church. Someone had said something about wanting to check out the various bodies that you've been collecting, and the Middenstone vats and the church. Those are kind of your 4 leads right now. Mm-hmm. You're still waiting to hear back more from Berkeley once he completes his research on the book.
Okay.
And you said you prepped the church.
I sure did.
Okay.
I could run other stuff too, but that's what you guys told me you wanted to do.
No, I mean, we can find reasons to want to go to church.
So right now you're in front of Berkeley and Critchfield's place, which is just down the street from the general store that Bimpkin had been kicked out of previously.
Mm-hmm.
You guys visited that store briefly and purchased some toys for Bimpkin.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Seems like an important part of the adventure.
Yep, I remember that.
I'm going to pitch some questions at you guys here because I want to get you back in the swing. So Theobald, what are you thinking? You've seen this name Crove in the book. What's Theobald thinking at this point, having come to the city and suddenly he's being confronted with some of his past?
Feel like I'd be not sure how to reconcile my experience with Crove and Crove's gift of this
eye and these tattoos and the magic that they imparted, and knowing that the person that imparted that magic onto me also has been meddling in this dark arts sort of thing, and feeling like my time here is makes a lot of sense, considering I'm like plagued by nightmares of this black wolf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wonder if the black wolf is Crove's doing.
Perhaps. Knib-Knub, how are you feeling? You've been thinking about how, you're on the road to your doom. You've seen how you're supposed to die. Has any of that changed? Are you thinking something different now? Are you still thinking you've got to save your buddies here?
I'm so confused. There's so many freaking people and their names. I can't remember them all. I haven't been writing a lot of anything down, so there's a lot. But I wanna find that thing that crushes stuff. The invisible thing that was crushing things here in the city, and I want to kill it so it can't kill my mommies.
All right. Well, that seems a good a reason as any to hoof it to your next spot. So you've received directions to the Elmway Church, which is conveniently enough on a road called Elm Way. As you're making your way down the street, most of the street is quite decrepit, quite abandoned, and it resides in a kind of an older part of the city. I mean, the whole city is old, but a part of the city that hasn't been kept up as well. You were told by Berkeley before you left that the church has seen many different uses over the course of its time in the century since Aridin passed away or disappeared. It served as a home, an alchemy shop, a museum, at one time even a base of operations for smugglers and thieves, and a guardhouse even, but it hasn't in the past 100 years been used as a church despite its original intent. As you come up, you see symbols of large, impenetrating eyes all over. Statues of a tall, regal human figure in armor and a big, long cape with an eye emblazoned on his armor. These statues brace across the doors. They've both been graffitied over and crumbled in the past century. You can see lots of refuse has littered the alleyway around it and the street in front of it. The door is barely hanging on. As you come up to the steps, you see no one around. The street is quite abandoned, and like the last 2 days have been havoc in the city, and people have been looting and people have been running amok. People have been scared of whatever this creature is and what its intent might be. What do you do?
I like this place. It seems nice.
Do you think maybe we should get the guards to come with us? Get a bit of extra muscle? I suddenly am facing the darkness, and I'm thinking maybe, past times we've done this, we've been hurt. What do you guys think? Should we just go in this?
You guys do know that the guards are quite busy trying to keep the populace in check.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say.
Plus, it looks like you'll be welcome here. They have eyes all over the place. Sort of like you, right?
That's true. Theobald winks
just
at Bimpkin.
Open up that eye. Yeah.
Don't be afraid, Tom. We can take him.
My boys. Thank you. Raise my spirits. Well, then I guess Theobald just, astride walks right in.
All right, so Theobald opens the doorway, enters into the Elmway Church. Inside, the interior is cold and damp. You walk past through a long entryway with some long ago defaced friezes and murals. A couple doors stand on either side of the hall, and as you come into the main chamber, you see two man-sized statues standing on each side of the room, both draped with gray sheets over top of them. There are dozens of sagging bookshelves along the walls and a stone altar that has been converted to a table at the north wall.
Willen's going to pull down one of the tarps over one of the statues. He's just curious.
And you pull it down and you see another defaced statue of Aridin. One arm has been shorn off. The head is knocked off. You look down on the ground. You can see it propped up in a corner. It looks like it's been urinated on quite frequently over the past years.
Wow. There are a lot of hooligans in this town.
Yeah, rude.
No, Seems nice.
No, it doesn't.
I think your definition of nice.
I'd live here.
Gross.
Can I do a perception check to see if anybody's been around here recently? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
maybe not sniffing the pee to see if that's recent, but like footsteps or something.
Yeah.
21.
This one's a diabetic.
Oh my God.
Way too much sugar.
That would be a medicine check.
Oh, medicine.
No.
Oh, for the pee.
For the pee.
No.
All right. I'm rolling it.
I'm rolling it. You said a 21 on your perception,
Mhm.
Bimpkin. Okay, so the main detail that you have in here are these dozens of bookshelves just sagging with hundreds of tomes. As you glance over them, you see that they are in mostly good condition. They're not overly dusty, giving you thought that maybe they've been in recent use. Most of the topics are about history, the history of Usilov, the greater country that you're in, as well as the city that you're in. You can see some titles that are encompassing stuff up to even 2,000 years ago. If you were to use this library to make any checks about the history of the country or the area, you would get a +2 bonus with all these references here. However, individually, the books are not all that notable. Within this room, you have 3 doors, 2 in the main hallway leading to this chamber, and another one just to the south of one of the statues.
Well, let's just follow Bimpkin's nose, I guess.
The one right by the statue.
All right.
That looks like a good one.
You go up to this door and you turn the doorknob and it is locked.
Not on my watch.
Are you going to pick the lock or are you going to smash the lock?
I'm going to see if I actually took knock.
He's going to kick the door down. Because that's what Willen does.
Yeah.
That's what Willen tries, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that prepped? No, it's not prepped. Okay.
Darn.
So Willen will attempt to break it down with his sheer strength. Because he feels silly realizing that.
While Willen is leaning against the door, is thievery lockpicking?
It is, yes.
Okay, well, I think Theobald is going to try and whip out some tools and just pick the lock.
Okay.
And Theobald rolled a 29 on his thievery check.
It's pretty good, I guess.
You pull out your lockpicks. You jiggle them into the bolt on the door. It opens up. Door swings open silently. And the room beyond is a small, empty room, about 5 by 10 feet. Nothing in here except for a wooden trap door in the floor, which you, as an investigator, would notice right away. Looks to be a relatively recent addition to the building's architecture. The wood is fresher, and the area around it is cleaner.
I mean, they're obviously in there, right? Like, it's super obvious.
Who?
The guys we're looking for.
Theobald wants to bring his finger to his lips
What?
to hush his companions and stealthily sort of peek into the door, open it up to see if there's anybody beneath it.
All right, make a stealth check.
25.
Okay. You creak open the trap door and you peek down. You see a ladder leading down into darkness. And at the bottom of the ladder, a little bit of light seems to be flooding from one side. Maybe a torch or a candle or lantern further in.
Light means people are down here.
Yeah, totally.
Unless it is glow bugs.
Unless it is glow bugs. That is true. Actually, I'm going to do a nature check to see if we have glow bugs down here. I got a 4. So
Nope.
that sounds good to me. I don't know. I'm just going to trust your recommendation on this. I have no idea.
Theobald
All right.
slaps a glow bug away from his face and is like, it can't be glow bugs. They're not endemic to this region.
Do we want to check out the other rooms before we just, like, go down here?
You said for sure they're down there.
Oh, yeah, they're totally down there, but, like, maybe there's other cool stuff up here.
Oh, yes. Very good point.
Maybe they got some toys? I know you're into toys lately.
Yes. But
Should somebody watch here just in case somebody starts coming up?
And you could just close the hatch and maybe Knib-Knub just sits on it? No, Theo sits on it. Theo's heavy.
Well, we could all sit on it. We'd be really heavy together.
I think Knib-Knub and I should sit on the door. That's a good idea. Closing the door and just keeping our ears open and
Okay.
seeing what happens.
Right.
But if we all sit on it, then it'll weigh a lot more and nobody will come up.
It's true, but you won't be able to find any toys in the other rooms.
Oh, you're so smart.
Yeah, good point.
This is a tricky one.
Let's go with that. Willen and Bimpkin. There are 2 other doors in the hallway leading in here. There is a east door and a west door.
All right, let's find the toy room. East?
All right. You make your way back around. You go to the hallway. You open the east door and you find what looks to be a small bedroom. There is a cot and a reading lamp.
All right. Willen just tosses the room, just tipping everything over, throwing it around.
All right. You pick up the reading lamp and a small scrap of paper falls from the bottom of it, perhaps stuck to the base of the lamp or something like that. You pick that up and you see written in a spidery, familiar hand a little note. It says, "Hive. I have received a new patient this week, an adventurer named Oleg, who possessed a most interesting relic, a book, one that you and the others will be most interested in. Bring your text on the hill's history as it pertains to the Numerians and those who came before. I suspect the madman can give us directions if we ply him correctly and can surmise where to look with your expertise and knowledge. Signed, Crove."
Bimpkin, this seems important.
I do not know any of these people.
Yes, you do. These are like a couple of the guys we're looking for.
Oh,
Willen, you recognize the subject of the letter, Oleg.
Yeah.
but I don't know who Oleg is, right?
No.
You guys would remember him from my flashback. He was...
Mhm. But our characters would not.
No, he was a man from my town, so who traveled here before me. So the fact that he's tied to this piques Willen's interests.
So is this perhaps the same book?
Maybe, like, the fact that 2 of them seem to die with it, like, it kind of makes sense that this would be the book they're talking about.
Did we ever identify the body of the other guy? We knew that one guy was...
Marshan and Baskerville were the guys that you suspect
Okay.
to have been down by the altar. 2 of the 5 are dead.
Okay, there's 5. Okay, I was going to ask. 2 of the keepers of the oldest.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay, anything else in this room I can suss?
That is it in here.
All right, there's one more room.
There's one more room. You enter the other door into a storage room containing some fresh food, clean water in a barrel, lamp oil, ink, paper, and other supplies. Sitting on top one of the shelves here is a small chess piece and a door.
There's your toy.
There's a door.
Look, I'm not always looking for toys. I feel like this last one I got is probably good enough. But maybe I look at chess piece. Might be okay.
I mean, if you get this one, like you're like one. How many pieces are there? There's like 40. All right, like 1/40th, like to a whole set. That's pretty good.
It's a rook.
Is there anything underneath it?
No.
Is there any meaning to it being a rook? Is there a person named Rook?
No.
No. Okay.
Can you detect magic, Dan?
Can I? I don't know. I feel like that's something I would have prepped if I was smart.
I think it's a cantrip.
Have we seen how Crove is spelt ever? Like, we saw.
Crove.
Oh, I've been spelling it wrong. Crove.
I do not seem to have it at all.
All right, well, maybe it will be important. I will take it.
I thought maybe Rook was like an anagram for Crove.
All right. Willen gathers some food just for Knib-Knub.
Oh,
I was
nice.
thinking.
Yeah. So I gather up what I can. And I don't know, do we want to open this door? I'm going to open this door.
Yes, open it.
You open this last door. This room is abandoned. The roof above is leaking terribly. The recent storm has left the western half of the room in a 4-inch deep pool of water that's draining slowly through a crack in the wall.
Well, this was disappointing. And then I close the door. All right. So we have a door to the north?
You've now opened all of the doors in this upper area.
All
All
right.
that's left is the trap door.
Okay. We'll make our way back.
Okay. You rejoin Theobald and Knib-Knub, who are sitting quietly or playing patty cake or something.
Well, while
on the
we're
trapdoor.
sitting there,
Yeah.
I'd like Knib-Knub to put one of his big ears up to the trapdoor. He shushes Tom the same way Tom shushed him a moment ago.
Yeah.
And then he has a listen.
Okay.
I just want to make a perception check, basically, to see what's going, if I can hear anything happening down below.
Okay. Make a perception check.
It's just a 12.
Yeah, you don't really hear anything. It's pretty quiet. You're able to hear your companions clomping around on the floor in the other rooms, but you don't
Great.
hear anything from below.
Yeah. And as I get closer, you hear the familiar crinkle of a wrapper.
Oh. You begin to salivate.
Yeah. And then Willen kicks open the door. He's like, surprise! And then he like throws a bunch of food at you.
Quiet down. Oh, food. Delicious.
Okay.
Nib-Knub,
We don't need to roleplay this for
You have Knib-Knub distracted for like 1d6 rounds.
Okay. I push you off the door and then I say, Tom, it's time to open this bad boy.
Also, we found a letter and this chess piece.
Well, that's interesting.
Boring.
I wonder who the madman is. I wonder if we will find a madman down this hole.
What does the food mean? What kind of food was it?
Some veggies, some bread, some dried sausage.
It's too healthy. What does it mean? These guys must be really healthy that we're dealing with. They get a bunch of protein from that sausage.
Oh my God. Tell me about the trapdoor, gentlemen. Sorry, lady.
Okay. Before we do, I just want to do a little thing. So I may have some insight on who Oleg is. Now, it may not be the same Oleg, but like, I had a fellow townsman come from my village to Carrion Hill, and I'm wondering if this might be the same one.
Have you ever heard from him? Did he ever send words of his travels?
No, not really. Like, it's pretty concerning.
That is concerning.
I'd prefer if we show a little hustle here.
Okay.
So stop chatting and let's go.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So who's opening the trapdoor, and describe to me the way in which you open it?
Theobald reaches over, grabs it, and slowly pulls it up again in the same silent fashion that he had before. Another stealth check.
How far down is it?
About 20 feet.
Theobald brings his finger up to his lips once more between his large tusks and shushes his companions while he lifts up the large door with a 24 stealth.
All right. You open up the trap door. You look down, and as you're looking down, just as you get a peek at the base of the ladder, the light winks out.
Did you kill the glow bug?
Now, I do believe that most of you have dark vision.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, me
Pretty
too.
sure
I'm
you
pretty
do.
sure. Yeah.
Everybody except for Willen, I guess.
No, I have dark vision.
Oh, yeah, outlaw light.
So Bimpkin needs a source of light if he's going to safely descend the ladder.
Gotcha.
You can go down a ladder without seeing.
Up to you.
Just go last, and if you fall on us.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll grab onto somebody's shirt when I get down.
Perfect.
Who's going first?
Knib-Knub always will be happy to go first.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Theobald will follow Knib-Knub.
Theobald follows Knib-Knub, and then
Willen.
Willen, maybe you should be fourth. You should be our caboose because you can see in dark vision, so we don't want to lose Bimpkin in the dark. But if you can see Bimpkin, you can guide Bimpkin.
It makes sense.
Instead
I
of-
do have most junk in the trunk, so.
all right.
Beautiful.
So you descend down the ladder. Knib-Knub descends the ladder, gets to the bottom, pulls his pokey stick back out, and you find yourself in a large, low-ceilinged chamber. It looks like it may have been once part of an extensive basement or subcellar. but the work stone walls have long since crumbled to reveal uneven stone beyond. There's a sunken area in the center of the room with a small pond of stagnant water that reaches all the way around a single pillar of rock that supports the ceiling. You can see a slick-looking circular tunnel extending to the south from you, and to the southwest and northeast, several tables are cluttered with what appears to be alchemical equipment, standing around another couple of stone pillars.
Oh boy. All right. Has everybody made it down the ladder at this point?
Yes.
Could Theobald roll a perception to sort of identify if there's like a candlestick that was emitting light moments ago?
Sure.
I'll do the same. Boom. Natural 20
Ho, ho, ho.
for a 30.
Oh, dang.
With a natural 20 for a 30 for Willen, that is a critical success. You quickly identify that it looks like these alchemical workstations are being used to produce either drugs or poisons of some sort. You see a lamp that still has a whiff of smoke and ash coming off of it that looks like it's been very recently extinguished. And you see a telltale ripple in the water, warning you that someone may be standing on the other side of the pillar.
All right. I hand the lantern to Bimpkin.
Bimpkin gently pushes it away.
Willen pushes it back.
Put it out, you guys.
No, it's not on. I'm just saying, like, if you need it at some point, you can light it.
Oh, right. It was just recently turned off.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I wonder if I have that communicate thing where I can speak to you guys.
Oh, yeah. The
Through
message where
through
you
your
can have a
mind.
big old conversation.
Yeah. Well, you guys can see me, so I basically tap you guys on the shoulder and I mime that I believe there's someone behind the pillar in front of us.
Oh, man. You want me to bite him?
Theobald taps Knib-Knub and gestures that Knib-Knub go left and Theobald go right, and then gestures to Willen. I don't know. Theobald wiggles his fingers, indicating magic of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We all know the
Yeah.
magic.
I give you a firm understanding nod.
Mm-hmm.
Wiggled fingers. Got it.
And then I scratch Bimpkin on the head because I feel like Bimpkin can't see me in the dark. So I just sort of let Bimpkin know that I'm thinking about them.
He panics and swaps the hands away.
Knib-Knub nods in agreement at the plan. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay. I'm going to probably have everybody roll initiative.
I got a 24.
Theobald rolled a 15.
Knib-Knub,
19.
19, and Willen.
Willen got 28.
All right. So, Willen, you've seen these telltale ripples in the water. Something is off about this scene. You have dark vision, so you're able to move around pretty confidently within the space.
Okay.
You're first. What do you do?
I will move past Theo and Knib-Knub and get in the front. Actually, I'm going to stick to the plan and I'm going to delay.
Okay.
Good idea.
So
Bimpkin.
I'll let you two, like, I'll give you the gestures, like, you guys go ahead. I'll flank after.
Bimpkin reaches into his jacket and gets ready to pull out his staff of fire,
Ooh.
but he also holds.
All right.
Look at us sticking to a plan.
Knib-Knub.
So I'll start heading left
Okay.
around there. And I guess I will try to do this stealthfully because I'm kind of imagining, even though this isn't exactly happening simultaneously, but I'm kind of imagining Tom is going up on the other side while this
Yeah.
is happening. And we're both kind of sneaking around.
Sure. Make me a stealth check.
20.
A 20. You get up to about the pillar, and at that point, my readied action goes off.
Oh, no.
You see a figure jump out from behind the pillar. He is a pale, tall human. He's currently got a hood covering part of his head and a leather strap with a bunch of arcane runes on it wrapped across his mouth. He, with a muffled scream, he throws a green vial at you
Not again.
that's going to explode at your feet. That
Wow.
is a natural 1.
Yes.
He slips in the water And I actually got to check to see if there's a critical fail thing here.
Please be a critical fail thing.
Oh man, that's amazing. Good luck. Good job, Knib-Knub.
I mean, I did nothing.
We're just gonna jump on this guy and just beat the shit out of him.
I guess we spooked him.
He was just expecting somebody taller.
Yeah, exactly. So on a fail, normally you might take a splash from this, but he missed you so completely that you will take no damage from this bomb. It splashes against the wall. You hear the rock sizzle and pop as this green ooze begins to eat into it. You can now see this figure standing just 10 feet away from you behind the pillar.
And I still have more turn left, right?
I think you have 2 actions left.
But that interrupted my movement. Is that right?
No, he was just responding to your movement. You have only 1 more square movement because you were stealthing.
Okay, sounds good. And I can move right against the pillar.
Yeah, sure.
That's water, isn't it?
It is water. It's not super deep. You can tell because this cultist is splashing around it at the moment.
Right.
But
Okay, I can't see him, so
Well,
currently.
I don't want to get clean, but I'm willing to get clean in order to fight this guy. So Knib-Knub will splash on into the water there with him. He's going to say, "Frickin' missed, you idiot. You're going to frickin' wish you didn't." And then Knib-Knub is going to use his first attack action, actually just to try to grapple him.
Ooh, nice. Okay, make your athletics check against his reflex DC.
So that's 27.
You got him. He is grabbed. You can see panic fill his eyes as he stares down at this little goblin. I'm guessing you dropped your spear to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the kind of shore of the water. And I still have 1 more action?
I think so.
All right. I'm going to try to drag him down into the water.
All right, so that's another athletics check with a -5.
14.
Not enough. He struggles back against you and manages to keep on his feet.
Sounds good.
It is now Theobald's turn. You hear splashing and panicked, scrabbling wrestling match happening around the other side of the pillar. Theobald, what do you do?
Theobald moves quickly to catch up with the quick scampering of Knib-Knub down the right side. What's my move speed?
My speed is 25 feet.
Okay, sweet. So I made 25 feet. I've made it to the other side of the pillar, and I can see Knib-Knub is grabbed onto this dude and is grabbing him into the water.
Trying to.
Theobald's going to use Bon Mot, which is a special skill for Theobald, which is basically I launch an insightful quip at the foe, which distracts them, and then roll a diplomacy check against their will DC. You missed Knib-Knub, you fucking idiot. So, predictably, Theobald rolled a 1.
Oh, but you do have hero points.
You do have a hero point.
Use it.
Oh, yeah.
You get to re-roll, and you
Okay.
have to take the results of the new roll.
Okay. So I'm taking a hero point on this bad joke.
Right. Do you have a new joke? Depends on how good you roll, I guess.
Not good either.
Not great. No, Theobald got a 15 on his Bon Mot against the opponent's will DC.
All right. That is just a failure. So he seems too distracted by this goblin grabbing him to really pay attention to whatever you're trying to insult him with.
Knib-Knub really appreciates it, though.
All right.
He's like, man, these guys have my back.
All right.
So that was 2 actions.
You have 1 left.
I'm going to intimidate him because my joke was so bad and he didn't acknowledge how great my joke was. So I'm just going to be like, excuse me, I'm talking to you. So I'm going to roll an intimidate. I got a 9. Theobald rolls 9 to intimidate.
Just tapping him on the shoulder.
Just walk up and I'm
Excuse me, you're
talking.
just out of my range, but
All right. Well, fortunately for you, there's no penalty on a failure.
All right. Willen will take his turn now if Theo's done.
Go ahead, Willen.
Theo, you freaking idiot. He can't talk to you.
So Willen has made his way around just behind Knib-Knub.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are forming a little attack formation, V against him.
All right, Knib-Knub, you're going to have to duck.
Oh, I should have known this was coming.
If I use an electric arc and they're in the water, is that going to do like...
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm going to cast electric arc at him.
That's a reflex save. I got a 22 on your reflex save.
Dang it, it was 21 reflex.
All right, so half damage.
All right.
Even though he's grappled?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so he'll take 5 damage.
All right, takes 5 points of damage from that jolt. His hood flies back off his head, revealing some long brown hair. And you've got no more actions left. It is Bimpkin's turn.
Did Oleg have brown hair?
No,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should have asked if I recognized him.
it's not Oleg, no.
Okay.
Bimpkin is going to assume that the lantern was handed to him because whoever handed it to him wants him to throw it. So he'll take his staff of fire, light the lantern,
Okay, at least
And
you know what
then-
it is.
chuck it
Okay.
at the guy.
Maybe just like,
Interesting move, considering he's in the water.
yeah, let's just take a minute before you throw it, but
Too late.
So now there's a source of light. I see.
Yes.
Okay.
unless you throw it in the water, then it should just go out again, wouldn't it?
Well, the staff of fire actually has like a glow on it,
No, okay.
so I should be able to see.
Oh, so you have a light source.
Yeah. Now they took it out.
There you go. Now you've got some light on you. So we'll call that one action to light that and drop it on the ground.
So one action to move, one action to light it, and one to throw?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. What do I do for throwing an object?
Your ranged attack roll, which, because this is an improvised weapon, would just be your dex bonus.
Okay.
This was not my intent, but I'm cool with it.
14.
All right. The lantern flies across the room, smashes at Knib-Knub and Hive's feet.
Hey!
And is extinguished in the water. Missing.
Careful, there's glass in the water now.
We'll call that caltrops.
Yeah, that's
Stop throwing stuff at me!
Up next is Keeper Arland Hive. From beneath the leather gag he has wound around himself, he mumbles and muffles, and he's going to start with a feint against Knib-Knub. A feint is against your perception DC, so your perception bonus plus 10 is what I'm trying to hit. And I got a 28.
Yes.
Less than 10 or more than 10.
That would be exactly 10.
All right, so that's a critical success. With a misleading flourish, he dives back and forth, throws off your enemy's defenses. The target is flat-footed. Against melee attacks, he will attempt against you until the end of his next turn. So I'm going to put the flat-footed condition on your token. With that, he's going to try for a escape. Escape is against your athletics DC, so your athletics bonus plus 10, minus 2.
Oh, minus 2 is 21.
Okay. He got a 29, so he manages to rip himself free of you.
That's too bad. I was going to be nice to him.
He's going to slap you with a little vial. This is going to be a 27. That hits?
Yeah, not a crit, but it hits.
All right. So he slaps you with this glass vial that, when it hits you, shatters against your skin.
Ow!
You see this violet-colored powder spore and flash all over your skin. I need you to make a fortitude save.
Hey, what the hell, man?
28 on my fortitude.
Critical success.
Nice.
You are fine and not poisoned.
Yes.
All right. That is his turn. He fainted. You are flat-footed to him. He escaped from your grapple, and he attempted to poison you. It is your turn again, Knib-Knub.
What would it be if I were to try to rip off his gag?
We could call that a disarm.
I'm going to try to do that.
Okay. Another athletics check against his reflex.
Yeah, I foresaw that. That's a critical failure.
A critical failure. All right. On a critical failure on a disarm, You lose your balance, become flat-footed until the start of your next turn. So that you're already flat-footed.
I'm going to use one of my hero points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good thing I handed those out.
22.
22 is not enough. He sees you reaching for it, and like the panic in his eyes, he goes even more wide-eyed and struggling to keep away from you. You just are not able to grab on.
Well, he didn't like that. I'm going to try to grapple him again.
Okay. So this will be a -5 because you've done an attack action already.
18.
Not enough.
Dang. Man, I'd have to roll like a crit. I have one more action, right?
Yeah.
I just want to grapple him, so here's to rolling a 20. What is this, -10?
Yeah.
That's not going to hit.
All right. Theobald, Knib-Knub, and this man are grappling for dominance in this chamber. What are you going to do?
Knib-Knub, you just tried to like reach to sort of grab his gag off of his mouth?
Yeah, from my perspective, I tried to grab the gag off, and he was quite freaked out by that.
I think Theobald picked up on what Knib-Knub was trying to do. Theobald is actually devising a stratagem at the moment. So
Nice.
The thing that Theobald's attempting in his mind is getting that gag off of his mouth. What? That's a disarm roll, you said?
Devised stratagem won't apply to a disarm roll, but you could prep it for an attempted attack later if you want. A disarm is just an athletics check.
Oh, okay. The devised stratagem is applicable for striking. I'm imagining how I'm going to hit. Yeah.
Trying to hit for damage.
Okay.
Punch it off.
So I think, I'm imagining I'm going to
Punch him so hard his gag falls out.
Well, maybe not quite that hard, but just like enough to like bring him down to like Knib-Knub's level. You know, get him in the gut and then like grab him by the neck and like hold him down to Knib-Knub's face so that
Sure.
Knib-Knub can get a good shot. Trying to provide an assist, but basically I'm just going to hit the guy.
Okay, so roll your devise a stratagem.
Devise a stratagem, and I'm going to striking hand wraps of mighty blows. Yeah, Theobald's imagining it, and he rolled a natural 1, which is a 15. That's a fail. So
You got another hero point.
So yeah, Theobald knows that unless you'd used a hero point, you know that right now, the way things are shaking out between him and Knib-Knub, there's just no good way for you to get in there, and you're more likely to hurt yourself if you do. You could keep that action having been spent. You know what your devised stratagem result is. As long as you don't make a strike, then you can do whatever else you want.
So you could go for the disarm now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the disarm now.
Knowing that if you hit him, it would fail.
Yeah, so I'm going to just take like a step closer. Actually, I'm going to step in behind him here. Will this give Knib-Knub any advantage?
Yeah, Knib-Knub would just have to spend one action stepping over one. You could go one further, and that would be flanking.
Okay, so
Nice.
yeah, that's within my movement action. So second action is movement to provide flanking for Knib-Knub, and I am going to attempt a disarm to remove this guy's mouthpiece.
Athletics.
Hey, 18 for athletics to try and disarm this guy's.
Nope. He,
Just kidding.
He sees you come around behind him. He ducks and weaves, and you do not get a grab. It is Willen's turn.
Willen's going to go with the old classic magic missile. And he's going to use all 3 of his actions, so he's going to hit him with 3 missiles.
Oh,
What do your magic missiles look like?
Oh, make them look like lasers so you can say freaking lasers.
Done.
all right. So 3 green bolts of laser energy fire out from Willen's staff and unerringly strike the keeper. Give me your damage.
First one does 4. Second one does 2. And third one does 3.
He staggers back, struck by these magical bolts of force, and it is Bimpkin's turn.
I think Bimpkin realizes everybody's trying to subdue this guy, get off this gig. So he's going to try a ray of enfeeblement.
Nice.
See if we can get this guy's strength down. 15 probably misses, though.
It does miss.
Okay. Can I use a hero point for that ray of enfeeblement?
Oh, yes, you could.
24.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, Bimpkin.
So just enfeebled 1.
Feebled 1.
I will move here.
Okay. So Bimpkin moves up closer to the battle and just beside this tunnel that leads to the south.
What does Enfeebled do?
Enfeebled, good question.
When you are enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to the condition value of the two strength-based rolls and DCs, including strength-based melee attack rolls, strength-based damage rolls, and athletic checks. So if we do manage to grapple him again...
Status penalty. So what does that mean?
So you have there are only 3 types of bonuses or penalties that you can apply: a circumstance, a status, or an item. So like an item penalty would be like if you got hit by a tanglefoot bag. A circumstance penalty would be like the ground is really slippery, and a status is from the spell.
I guess I'm just confused at the part that says like equal to the condition value.
He's enfeebled. He's enfeebled 1.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just like he has -1
Yeah.
to strength-based rolls and DC. Okay,
Yeah, if Bimpkin had crit, it might have been enfeebled 2 or enfeebled 3.
gotcha.
Wait a second. Because, if it's a success, he's 1. If it's a failure, it's 2. So he's actually 2.
He had to make a save.
Oh, he didn't make a save yet?
I don't know. What does your spell say?
Yeah, you're right. So fortitude save. Well, no, I made an attack.
Oh, you made the ranged attack. Now he makes a save.
Okay, yeah, so it's fortitude.
Okay, and if
So we got hit by it,
Yes.
and now he has to see how badly.
So as long
it
as he
affected
doesn't
him.
critically succeed.
yeah. Oh, I got a critical fail.
Yeah,
Oh,
enfeebled
nice.
3.
This
Oh.
is
enfeebled 3.
this is the night of natural ones, you guys.
Nice.
All right, at this point, it is Hive's turn.
Come at me, bro.
Hive is going to,
Let's slip and fall on the glass in the water.
you know what he's actually going to do? Is he's going to book it.
No.
So he's going to start by moving away from Knib-Knub.
I get opportunity attack.
All right, now this has to be a strike.
Okay, so Knib-Knub rolls to hit. 28.
That is a hit.
15 damage.
15 damage. A nice big bite taken out of Arlen's arm as he walks away from you. And he continues past Bimpkin and Theobald and runs down this thin tunnel to the south of you. You can see him slipping and using the walls to support himself as he goes. It's quite narrow and goes rapidly downhill. And moments later, as he disappears from sight, moments after that, you hear a splash. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everyone, for listening to House on Carrion Hill. If you want to support the show, head on over to Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star rating. You can also find us on social media at the House of Bob on most of the social media platforms out there. You can also come by and join us on the Discord, have chats with us and other listeners. And finally, if you really want to support the show, help us produce more content and get even more out to you, you can support us on Patreon. I'd like to thank our current patrons, Mortimer, Ben, Connor, Pedrick, Brandon, Ron, Team Eamon, Pavel, Christine, Tom I, Elias, Jessica C, Ray, Scooter, Tyler, Josh, Keith, Bluckett12, Tom W, Jessica D, Kieran, Mike, Sylvia, Luke, and Volt. All work for this episode was by me, Shaun Makes. Audio production and sound design is by Astronomic Audio. And music for this episode was created by Mike Hammock. Roll on. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, no toys at all. This is bullshit.
Theobald, you get down there first, and you
I thought it was Knib-Knub first.
away.
Yeah, I thought it was Knib-Knub also. I stepped over Knib-Knub.
Sorry, guys.
You could, too.
On a critical failure, the bomb misses entirely, dealing no damage. Add splash damage together with the initial damage against the target before apply. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, you guys are going to have to help me out because Trevor's not great at quips or puns, but Theobald has...
I mean, Knib-Knub had a terrible one, so you can't do
Frickin'
worse than
idiot.
that.
yeah.
Since he's gagged, you can be like, speak up. I can't hear you.
I like that. Speak up, or something about the fact that he missed Knib-Knub and Knib-Knub's got the upper hand, even though Knib-Knub is knee high, kind of thing.
You
think you should
Knib-Knub,
say
you
it.
freaking idiot.
I think Theobald just say it exactly like that.
What?
Yeah.
You missed Knib-Knub, you fucking idiot? Or the way I'm saying it?
The way you said it was perfect.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Then we can just edit out the rest of that.
You missed. Even Willen can hit Knib-Knub.
Just wait for my turn.
Yeah, it's going to be acid everywhere. A pool of water is going to be a pool of acid by the time your turn's done.
Bimpkin.
Oh, it's tied from behind, so you're at the perfect angle.
There you go. Yeah. There's like a bow tie. I'm trying to like unzip him.
It's like a bra clasp, so you have to really figure that one out.
That'll take a while. Hold on. Athletics.
Theo,
Athletics.
virgin.
Not aerobatics. Athletics.
Not acrobatics. No, it is an athletics check.
Oh man, my athletics is not good.
He sees you come around behind him. He ducks and weaves, and you do not get a grab on his leather strap. It is
Too complicated.
Too complicated. It's got all these hooks and loops on it. It is Willen's turn.
You should have done a sensual check.
Diplomacy check to remove this leather.
You freaking idiots! Like, why do you keep trying to like get his mouth thing off?
I like how you've just adopted Knib-Knub's like
He's very
freaking idiot.
What's the term? You can influence him. Yeah, impressionable. Yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly.
He heard a new word and he really likes it. So
Yeah. So every beginning of every round, that's how you start.
yeah, he thinks it's a term of endearment. So
Yeah, I was wondering why you keep using it on us and not the enemy.
Sweet, I'm so excited I can actually use a rat roll for something.
Oh, rat folk roll.
Wait, what?
I curl up into a tiny ball and it increases my movement speed. Especially if it's on it.
Seriously?
If he's
Yeah.
on an incline, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're like Metroid over here? Samus Aran just spider-balling around?
Send in the droid to Kaz.
Yeah.
Where are
Sweet.
those destroyers?